Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible, make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad, one half of PMP, and today we are back with another mock draft Monday. Post free agency mock draft Monday, kinda. I think the Panthers have done a lot of good work with this free agency period, and it kind of shifts the board just a tad. Maybe certain needs weren't as glaring as they once were. So we're gonna adjust. We're gonna adjust a little bit. I think they have set up the draft to where it is now literally best player available. They filled a lot of holes, although some positions are still of need, in my opinion. But I think it's a great job. I think Dan Morgan, Tillis, they did an awesome job in free agency, and I feel it. I think I feel the energy of Panther Nation, man. It's just dope when you can go out to Walmart, and even in the off season, I'm seeing a lot more Panthers gear. I'm here. I'm local in Charlotte. Listen, there's a lot of content creators, and with all due respect, though, to those folks, I'm here in Charlotte, and I feel the energy, bro. I can feel it, and I think Panther Nation is ready to go ham when the Panthers are gonna be good. With that said, man, I want this channel to grow as well. So I know as the Panthers get better, my channel will continue to grow, and all the content creators will also feel the growth in their channels. Pause. You know what I mean? So with that said, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 25,000 subscribers by the draft. We're only about 1,500 away, under 1,500. So hit that subscribe button. I know you may have just stumbled upon this channel. Welcome if you just have. I mean, welcome to the family. You know what I mean? I consider ourselves the greatest content creators out there for the Carolina Panthers, but that's subject to opinion. You know what I mean? So everybody has their choice. Everybody has their flavor, what they want to listen to. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Now, with that said, man, let's go ahead. It's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into this mock draft Monday. It's post free agency mock draft Monday. All right, let me get this thing set up here. All right, so we got this thing set up and ready to go. Got a couple of trades here, and I think under ideal circumstances, the Carolina Panthers would love to trade back. Given the way this, I mean, Mason Graham, they may run to the podium if Mason Graham falls, but under this scenario, I'm gonna try trading back way back to pick number 17. I would ideally like to stay in the top 15, but I guess beggars can't be choosers, and we also get an additional third from Cincinnati. So yeah, Cincinnati's going to have to trade up because all that money they spent on their offense, they need some more defensive resources. So they're trading up to get Mason Graham. So yeah, I'm going to accept this, and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is cool. So let's see. I'm going to dismiss these. So we traded back to 17, and we're still able to get Jalen Walker, who I ultimately still think is going to be the pick for the Carolina Panthers. I think the stars are aligning, and I think that's the guy they want. He can play multiple positions. He's just a weapon, like i.e. Frankie Louvu, and we saw Frankie Louvu excel in his defense, and I think that is a big part of what his defense was missing. And so I think Jalen Walker is going to be the pick for the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going to continue to take him. So Jalen Walker, come on down. All right, now let's see what happens in the second. We got 2 second-round picks here, and let's see what we want to do with it. So, wow, Mike Green fell all the way to, uh, wow, that's crazy. And his stock is maybe a little down. He got some character issues that you got to consider. Kenneth Grant also there. I could see both of those, but I think at the end of the day, we have an issue here at safety. And I think that although we did sign Morig, that's basically the only safety between him and Damani Richardson. I think we got an issue with safety. So I think we do need a safety, although, man, it's tough. Could we take Makuba? Yeah. Um, is Xavier? I think Xavier Watts, man. He's a little similar to Morig. But I think we need it. We need a safety, man. We need another safety. I think that's one of the bigger positions right now that we need. And if Xavier Watts fell to the second round, or we traded it back in this instance, but I think if we're able to get Xavier Watts, I think he would be a great addition. So I'm going Xavier Watts. Mike Green, that's crazy that he fell, but I could see that happening too. All right, so now we are pick 57. I like Amos here. Since now that we have a safety, we got a little bit of an edge rusher kind of tweener, so I think we're good. I'm gonna go. Uh, I want a receiver bad too, but I'm gonna go because we need another cornerback too. I think cornerback. When you think about cornerback, um, we have J.C. Horn, and you signed Michael Jackson to a shorter term deal. I don't like the concept of paying two cornerbacks. I think eventually Mike Jack is going to roll off, and I would like to have a cornerback in waiting to take that CB2 spot. And I think Trey Amos fits the bill with his size, 6 foot, 195 pounds. I think he'll slide next to JC, and I think they'll be a good tandem moving forward. So I'm gonna go Trey Amos here with my other second round pick. So 2 second round defenders along with Jalen Walker. I'm gonna reject that. Reject that as well. Now we're back on the board at pick 74. Now, here's where things get tricky because I want a good wide receiver, and I think Jalen Noel is solid. I also think there's another. I like Jalen Royals a lot too. Royals is a very good player, 6 foot, 205 pounds. He's got speed, like this thing says, playmaking ability, um, good separation, good after the catch. That's what this offense is missing. This type of player is what this offense is missing, and I think that you all know how I feel about Coker. I'm not giving up on Leggett yet. You still got Adam Thielen, but this offense is missing something. It's missing a playmaker, somebody that you have to account for day in or week in and week out. And I think Royals could eventually be that. I like Noel too, man. I like both of those guys. I really like both of those guys, man. But I'm gonna go, man. I like Jared Wilson too. I'm gonna go Royals. I like it. It's such a good fit. It's such a big need for the Panthers. So I had to roll with it. So I can double dip a safety here. That might be the move. But I also like Anthony Belton. Belton from NC State. It's not a bad pick as well. 6'6", 336 pounds. Good awareness. Um, Yeah, I like that pick. I like that. What else? Could I double dip at safety? I like CJ West too. I like Farmer too, man. There's a lot of good defensive tackles, and this draft is so deep at defensive tackle, man. There's so many of them. I think in this scenario, man, Tootin is there too. We do need a running back. I know we picked up a homie from the Cowboys, but yeah, it's so a 1 year rental. Is Brown going? I mean, is Brooks gonna be healthy? I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Anthony Belton here. I think you can't whiff on building depth in the offensive line. I know we got Christensen back, but that's a 1 year deal. You got Corbett back. I know that's a short term deal. You got Mays back also, but that's also a shorter term, even though he's exclusive rights. That's a shorter term thing there. So I'm gonna go Belton to try to build up some of the offensive line. We're right back at it. I didn't mean to click that. Let's get out of that. I'm gonna go. Mm, there's some good talent here, man. I like Farmer a lot, man. I like Farmer a lot. I'm gonna go defensive tackle Josh Farmer. Good defensive tackles there, man. I could have waited and okay, so I like Knight, Demetrius Knight here. I like that. I could have had CJ West too. I like Demetrius Knight here, linebacker. Again, we need some linebacker. I know we signed one homie from the Rams, but it ain't enough. We need some longer term help there. I'm gonna double dip at safety. You got Castro, who is solid. Um, I like Malachi Moore too. I'm double dipping the safety. I think it's that big of a need. I'm gonna go Castro. I like Castro. Let's see. Back at it again. Ooh, I see Miles Frazier, guard. Again, you got to keep that offensive line depth there. Or Jake Majors. I like Jake Majors a lot too. Center. Got a lot of experience there. You see that? But again, yeah, I'm gonna go Majors. I'm gonna go Majors there. I'm building that offensive line, bro. I gotta protect Bryce at all costs. Protect Bryce at all costs. Let's see, back on the block here. Um, let's see. I could have used a tight end. I'm gonna go Trevor Etienne would be dope. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Give me Etienne just in case. Just in case. Give me Trevor Etienne. All right, so not bad. Let's look at this draft here. Jalen Walker. Y'all know how I feel about Jalen Walker. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to give a little bit of a chess piece to this defense that's much needed. We need that Frankie Louvu type guy back, and I think Jalen Walker provides that. Safety help, we need it bad. I think that's a major position of need right now. Although we did get Morig, I think you need some more help there. Adding cornerback Trey Amos also, it's another position in need that we feel it. Royals, yeah, I love Jalen Royals. I think he's going to be very, very good. He's very good with the ball in his hands. Pause. I like this. This is a good pickup. I'm a big fan of that. Anthony Belton, again, building on the offensive line. Got to keep the offensive line depth there. Josh Farmer saying, I know we signed some defensive guys. A lot of signings occurred on that defensive line, but I think you got to get younger too. And make sure you're developing that depth. That again, just some of these guys are just depth plays, and there's nothing wrong with that. Same with Demetrius Knight. Again, depth play. You got to add that running back. We got to find the next guy after Shaq Thompson. Even though we have Trevin, you got Josie, and we signed the other guy. You still got to add more talent. Okay, Castro. Again, just building that safety depth. We again, Damani Richardson, Morig, Watts, and now Castro. I think that's a solid group. Jake Majors, again, building that offensive line. You gotta have offensive line depth, and that's what we're building there. Trevor Etienne, running back, fell to us, and I think who knows what's gonna happen with Jonathan Brooks. We just a little additional insurance, like a good neighbor. You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying to do there. Then we added a 2026 third round pick from the Cincinnati Bengals. Overall, I think this is solid, man. Solid draft. Um, I like this draft a lot, actually. And listen, this is I think we did an amazing job in free agency. I think we set the table pretty well for us to be fluid in the draft. And I think we're going to do just that. I think under ideal circumstances, we find a trade partner to come pick up number 8, and we move back and acquire more picks. We need a lot of picks. We need more opportunities to get better. And who's to say we use all 9 picks? I don't know. We could move up to get some more talent. If there's a guy we want, let's move up. You know what I mean? So acquire more picks, become more fluid in the draft, and take the draft as it comes, man. Because I think it's going to be I like this draft a lot. Some really good talent. Wide receivers solid. It's a very deep defensive draft. So we're gonna get better here. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments. Let me know what's good. 25,000 subscribers on the way. Let's make it happen. We out.
We the hottest podcast and we popping. Let's go.